Hello there, this is Tyler Movie Guy, and I just got back from watching a Minecraft movie, and today we will be deciding if this is a worthy successor of one of my favorite games of all time, or if this is just a total mess of a movie. So, let's talk about it.
Fire, you son of a... Great power comes great responsibility.
My brother had a twin!
You do this all day. I am Iron Man.
Why so serious?
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
So I don't really have too much to talk about. Really, we only gotta talk about like the good, the bad, and what I want to see for like a sequel to this film. And starting with the good, this movie is really funny. I don't think I've laughed this hard in a movie in a really long time. I can't even think of like what's the last movie that made me like laugh this much. And that is mostly thanks to Jason Momoa and Jack Black. Both of those characters are definitely the stars of this film. Like the other characters, you know, they're fine. Like they have like cool relations with each other and they kind of like progress the film onward, and you know, you need more characters to populate your film and everything. But yeah, Jason Momoa and Jack Black absolutely stole the show in every scene. Just them competing with like who's like the tougher guy and all that, and of course Jack Black just saying random Minecraft objects. It's just, you know, the memeability of that is hilarious.
Chicken jockey!
And just every time I knew like the scene was coming up, I'd like grab my friend and be like, he's gonna say it. So all of that was really hilarious. And specifically the scene with the elytras and how Jack Black and Jason Momoa have to like hold on to each other specifically to you know, evade the piglins and all of that. Just all of that was like so funny. Like I can't think of the last time I've like, it was so funny. Like I could feel like my sides hurting. That's just how funny it was. Like I didn't expect it to be this funny, but it was just really hilarious. Just thanks to those two guys and everything. And also along with the good, it's just, yeah, really cool to see this world and all these like different mobs and stuff of like the game I hold so near and dear to my heart. And yes, I know like lots of people, we all wanted this to be an animated film. And that's not to say this is like totally terrible. It definitely grew on me as I saw more and more trailers and as I watched the full film. Like just this whole world, it's just, even though it's not the perfect form I would want it to be, it's just still cool seeing a game I love so much in a different form like this, and these like iconic actors working around in it, and all of that was just really cool to see. And then moving on to the bad parts of the film, weren't too many, I found. Yes, it's definitely very goofy. I can, if you're like not in my age demographic, like my age, like 20 to lower, younger kids, if you're anything older than that and you didn't play Minecraft whatsoever, you will probably look at this film and just think, what the hell is going on? What is this movie? But yeah, if you're young and hip and in with the memes and all of that, you'll have a pretty good time and all that. But I can understand like this film definitely isn't for everyone with the goofiness and the silliness. And if you don't know what like Jack Black is like spouting out all these different items or whatever, and if you don't understand like the lore of all that and just don't find that all that funny, then you will just kind of be confused and think it's kind of stupid and whatever. And speaking of stupid, there is like kind of one little plot point I found pretty stupid, is the whole Jennifer Coolidge villager thing. Yes, it was pretty funny at times, but it didn't really like progress the plot whatsoever. It would kind of just like cut to that scene.
Your head is huge.
And it would kind of just like take a pause from like the whole plot that was going on. So every time that happened, I'd be like, okay, it's funny, but this isn't really progressing the story whatsoever. So like I feel like they could have just cut that whole thing basically. So I wasn't totally crazy about that. And also it wasn't totally faithful to the game as I wanted it to. And I know it can't be perfect, but there were certain things where they would like make items or whatever that like obviously didn't exist in the game. So I don't know, it just kind of bothered me, considering this is like my second favorite game of all time after Red Dead 2. I don't play too many games, so I usually, when it's like video game adaptation or whatever, I can like look past it. But when it's something like this that I really hold near and dear to my heart, and I see an inaccuracy or I see something that doesn't really exist, it kind of just bothers me. So yeah, I wasn't crazy with like the certain items of that kid like taking things from the real world and combining it into Minecraft. I wasn't totally crazy about that. And our post-credit scene of this film definitely teased the opportunity for a sequel, but it is also quite spoilery. So if you haven't seen the film yet and you don't want any spoilers, I would definitely leave now and then come back after you've watched the film. And with that out of the way, we got to see Alex in the post-credit scene, so that was really, really cool. And they obviously like purposely didn't want to show her too much besides like her just saying her name, because I feel like they don't really have a actress like picked out yet, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm sure if they ever do a sequel and she's a part of that, they will like pick a pretty big name for her role and everything, and I'm curious like who they'll pick, and I'm cautious that they pick someone good and someone funny and someone to go nicely with Jack Black and everything. And so yeah, with the whole opportunity of a sequel, I'm actually very excited about that. There's definitely more of a story to tell with this film, and I think the obvious direction to go would be with like the end and like something about that, or like how they have to like go take down the Ender Dragon or whatever, or stuff like that. So I think, yeah, that would just be a really good opportunity. That just kind of seems like the obvious path to go, and I just want to see more shenanigans of Jack Black and Jason Momoa and their banter and everything, and Jack Black saying random Minecraft items. I just found really, really funny. So yeah, I'm very hopeful that they actually do a sequel. I pray that actually happens. And also with this film, they intentionally called it a Minecraft movie because it's not like the definitive Minecraft movie. So I think that's actually a good thing, because I feel like there's still an opportunity for us to get a more faithful version of Minecraft that's like animated. And this one it's not really like connected to like the actual kind of story of Minecraft at all. Like there's not a big tie to piglins and everything like in the game. Like, you know, you can fight piglins if you want, but they're not like pivotal to the plot and everything. So I think with an animated movie, you can kind of like ignore like the real world, don't really include that, just have like Alex and Steve like show up out of nowhere, and then they gotta like go through like the whole events of like the game, you know, go to the nether, get the nether rod, build an end portal, go to the end, fight the Ender Dragon. I think that just makes for like such a great story in an animated film. So I pray they do more of a faithful adaptation in animation, and they also do a sequel to this film where, you know, they also go to the end and then fight that, and it's just more goofy shenanigans and all of that. So yeah, I'm really hopeful for more sequels in this world, and I'm excited that we can get more of a true faithful, I wouldn't say too serious, but definitely more serious than this version, and then our goofy kind of loosely based Minecraft movie with like tons of that shenanigans and everything. With all that said, if you haven't figured it out by now, I'm actually quite positive about this film, definitely more than most people. You just have to be like a very kind of specific group of people. You have to just be like young and kind of into like the meme lore and everything, and just kind of have like a dumb sense of humor like me and all of that. So yeah, if you're like me and you're young and you're into memes and everything, I think you will have a good time with this film and everything. But yeah, if you're older than me, and if you're not like that, you'll just find this really, really stupid. So yeah, I think it's funny. Like I said before, it's actually made me laugh a lot more than I thought it would, and it made me laugh like I can't think of the last time I've laughed this much in a movie and everything. So yeah, you gotta be like, if you like dumb, stupid comedies like this, and you know you're kind of young-ish and whatever, like me or whatever, I think you'll have a really, really good time. So with all that said, yeah, I'm decently positive about that. Like it's no Citizen Kane obviously, but I still think, you know, you can still have a good time with this film. So yeah, with all that said, I would love to hear what you think about this film, and farewell.